Hey, what up, guys? I just kind of wanted to make an update video. I know it's been a while since I posted anything. I don't know, I've just been really busy during the summer. I got my new truck, and then I've been staying out longer these past couple months just to kind of get bigger paychecks. And the freights here during summertime, it's basically all the miles you want right now. So I'm just kind of trying to stay out as long as possible and get big checks. So basically, I wanted to go over a couple things. I was actually talking with an owner-operator the other day about kind of why I chose Swift, and I don't know, people trash talk it a lot because it's a beginner's company. Kind of is the perception there that if you're a Swift, you either got to be a new driver or someone who might not be looking for the best deal out there. But there's some benefits to going with Swift, and I was talking with this owner operator about it, and he kind of admitted that in its own way, mega carriers, more specifically Swift, they offer benefits in some areas that kind of make the trucking experience a little bit easier. And these are the kind of things that you take for granted when you don't know any better. But as you start getting into the world of trucking, you hear a lot of stories about people who have gone with local companies or smaller companies, and then they have bad experiences where tire deflates, or you get a tire damaging, a whole replacement, and then the people who are in charge take it out of your paycheck and you get screwed over. So there are just some things like that I think the Swift and the mega carriers in general can kind of take care of for you. The number one thing would basically be maintenance and truck service. So if anything breaks on your truck, most of the time, you just take it to a terminal or you call on road. They'll get you to the nearest place where there's a mechanic or an engineer or whatever, and they'll take care of it, no charge to you. The only thing that sucks is it comes out of your time, so you're basically just sitting there. You might need a hotel, but they also pay for the hotel, so that's a good thing. So basically, if anything breaks, like how I got this new truck, I had an old truck when I came back after my break, and my old truck, the older truck that I got, basically had like a coolant sensor issue where it was constantly saying that it was overheating, but it wasn't. So they took the truck, they got me towed to a place, Mount Vernon, and I basically stayed there for 2 days while they got the truck fixed. Didn't do anything, just signed the receipt, took a picture of the receipt, sent it into Swift, and got that cleared away, and also sent in my receipt for the hotel and got that reimbursed. So it wasn't too bad of an experience, and I mean, it's better than paying out of my own check. I have cousins who work in the oil field, and they lease trucks with people who let them borrow the truck and use it for work. And there's some shady people out there, there's some shady companies out there, and you just kind of want to keep in mind that in a way it's a blessing to be with a mega carrier who can just take care of those things for you. Hook you up with a mechanic and say, hey, just get a hotel, just send us the receipts and we'll take care of it. So the second thing would be terminals, mostly because I've kind of learned to deal with like comfort. So I like being as comfortable as possible while I'm out. I don't like just staying on the side of an off ramp somewhere in the middle of the night. So basically having terminals in pretty much every big city is a huge plus for me. You can basically guarantee that if you're in a large city, there's a Swift terminal somewhere around you. I mean, if you're in LA, if you're in Northern California, if you're in Washington State, you always got your terminals near the big cities. So it's nice because these truck stops, if you're a late driver or you get a load that just drops off at like 1 a.m. or something, you might not always be able to go just to your local Flying J and find a spot. It might be absolutely packed that night. So knowing that you have a terminal nearby where you have Wi-Fi, vending machines, bathrooms, showers, most importantly, you don't have to pay for your own showers. If that's nearby and everything's full, you can rest easy. Just go to the terminal, deal with it there, spend the night, get some Wi-Fi, and just start over again in the morning. I would say probably the third thing is I hear that customer service, or I guess employee service, is a little bit easier with the mega carriers, you have your departments who are dedicated to specific things. You don't have to deal with a small company that might not have the resources to deal with your issue. So payroll's kind of 50-50. I've learned that even with these mega carriers, detention pay and layover pay are kind of a pain in the ass to get. Sometimes it's not worth it. Just let it go. They're gonna run around in circles, but you kind of come up with easier ways to kind of keep them on their toes and make sure that they're paying you what they owe you. But just knowing that you have departments that are full of people there, specifically designated to handle your problems, it's nice to know that you can call on road 24/7 and get something taken care of. Another thing I would say is the equipment. The equipment that you deal with in general is probably going to be better for your mega carriers than it is for a lot of these smaller companies. Once you get out here and you actually stop at all the truck stops and you get fuel, you'll notice that there's a lot of trucks that are, the older trucks, and you see the older trailers and you can tell that they've been used, and they might not be in the best condition. And so knowing that you're with someone like Swift or CR England or something that has a lot of trailers at basically every destination you go to, that most of the time you're going to be able to pick out a good one. It's going to be in good condition. If it's not, like I said, service is easy. You just get it, make a call, go to a terminal, get the service handled, and you're on your way. So yeah, you can find your newer trailers. There's plenty of 2018 trailers, 2017 trailers with Swift. Still brand new, looking good. You don't have to worry about it. You just do your pre-trip, make sure nothing is blatantly broken. There's no attach lines or anything. You can feel confident that all your nuts and bolts are pretty well fastened there. And let me think, what else? Pre-pass sites. So when you're on the highway too, if you're new, you're going to see a lot of these way stations and ports of entry. And once you go into those, you have your whole pre-pass thing set up with the mega carriers and some smaller carriers too. And that basically allows you to get a green light, and you can pass by because you have a better safety rating with these mega carriers than you do with some smaller ones. So you get a lot of green lights. It's been like a whole month since I've actually gotten called into a way station. I just got called into one an hour ago, right before I stopped. So that was the first time in a whole month that I've been asked to pull over into a way station and actually go through one. And I didn't even really get stopped for inspection or anything. It was just go through the scale, and you got the green light to get back on the highway. So these mega carriers, they have pretty good safety ratings. They try to maintain about as high of a safety rating as they can with the federal government and the state government, so that way they get their they get their freight there faster. They don't have to pull over at every way station, every port of entry, and deal with all the hassles of that. So if you're with a mega carrier, you can get through these ports of entry, avoid any of the way stations or whatever. Just with your pre-pass, they'll see that you're a Swift truck or you're a CR England truck or whatever, and they'll let you go on by. That's pretty much most of the benefits I can think about. I mean, equipment's better mostly, on average. I mean, you're going to find some crappy stuff, and if you do, service is definitely going to be easier. You don't have to pay out of your own pocket most of the time, unless you damage the equipment. Maybe they'll make you pay for it. But as long as you're a good driver and you report what you've got and get any issues handled by the appropriate departments or whatever, I mean, it's pretty much a simple job. Yeah, I mean, you've always, as long as you know who to call for certain situations and you pay attention to your equipment, every year. I guess the last thing would be that if you're a new driver, you're pretty much guaranteed to get new equipment, like a new truck, just because Swift and all these other mega carriers, they buy their trucks and they give most of the time the newest trucks to the newest drivers. So when I started last year, I got a 2019 Volvo with I think 48,000 miles, which is nice. I mean, even my mentor was like, hey, you got lucky, so enjoy it. So I like that truck. And then after I quit, I took a break and I came back, got the 2016 Freightliner. I was like, okay. But now, since my truck was having issues and it was older anyways, they decided to upgrade me. So now I've got the 2020 International LT, which is a lot nicer. I like it a lot. You know, I got the inverter. I have the fridge that comes in the truck. I've got all the, you know, the most of the bells and whistles that make life comfortable as long as you're on the road. So that's nice. And if you're a newer driver, you know, you want new equipment. You don't want to be uncomfortable on the road, because that can make you burn out a lot quicker than it would if you were just, you know, in a nice truck. It's yours. You don't have to do anything. You just take care of it, report any issues, and, you know, you basically get a new truck for free. You just don't wreck it. So, you know, there's certain benefits that the mega carriers offer, and I mean, it's not all bad. It's, you know, you do get paid a lot less and stuff, but, you know, most of the time, like myself, you're a starting driver, you're getting your experience up, so, you know, it's nice to know that even if you are doing your first year with a mega carrier, there's still some perks to it. You know, you get all your fuel cards, all your fuel is free, you get all the rewards without having to pay for your fuel, new equipment, better service, you know, you get little things on the road, like, you know, passing by weigh stations, passing by ports of entry, to keep you on the road for longer. So, you know, there's things like that, you know, I really enjoy about mega carriers. But, you know, if you're looking into this as a career and you're looking to make as much money as possible, you know, you might want to go owner-op and decide what companies are going to offer you the best rates for your mileage and stuff. But for the new drivers, that's just, you know, I would recommend finding a mega carrier, sticking with them for a year or more, you know, getting your time in, you know, working with the equipment that's not going to break down on you that often, and if it does, you know, you don't have to worry about it, just get it fixed. And then if you really decide that this is like a career or something for you, then you know, you can look into getting your own truck and dealing with all the all the rewards and problems from that. But yeah, I just thought I'd update you guys on that in case there are any new drivers out there who are wondering, why should I pick Swift, or why should I pick you know, CR England or CRST or any other larger carriers out there. So, you know, just think about it, give it a try, and yeah, if you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments down below. All right, peace.